Alrighty, welcome to a 4-on-4 Vintage Cube Draft. As I've said before, and we'll say again, Vintage Cube is the best form of Magic, and Teams is the best way to play it. I also love the 4v4s because you can go a little bit wilder. I'm not saying there isn't room for 3v3s as well. I actually really like those. They're just a slightly different tenor. In this particular case, I'm looking at a pack full of Wheel of Fortune, Portal to Phyrexia, Bolus of Citadel, so two of the big Tinker targets. The boring but consistent Duress, a Rafine's Tower, a Rolling Earthquake, some other random expensive cards like Elspeth Conquers Death, and Auron's Epiphany. I think I'm just going to take Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune leads you in a couple different directions. One is combo, some kind of Storm, Underworld Breach, Lion's Eye Diamond, Yogg-Will style combo. The other is trying to cheese them out with Orcish Bowmasters and Hull Breacher. That's what I'm hoping to do. And you can also put it in like a low curve mono red deck and it's decent. I don't love first picking Wheel, but this is just kind of a weak pack. So, yeah, what are you going to do? I think that given where that pack was, there was nothing there that I would be happy first picking. At least this Wheel, a hard card to use. Like it doesn't go in every deck, not even every red deck, but at least is really good when you get it to work. This pack has Ponder, which is a good follow-up to Wheel. There's Flooded Strand, which is also pretty good. There's Treachery, not really in for that. And there's Saheeli Sublime Artificer. There's also Hellrider if you want to go that direction, but we're not doing that right now. By the way, I'm passing to Sandy Dog, who has done a great job of broadening his range. He doesn't just draft mono white every time, but does often draft mono white or mono red. Still, the last draft I was in, Sandy Dog went 2-0 and was even playing round 3 when we won with a blue-black control deck. So, you know, everyone's getting better at these. I think that's a really cool part of this as well. I think I'm just going to take Ponder. Look, I love Flooded Strand. I love fetch lands. But Wheel of Fortune really makes me want ways to find Wheel of Fortune. And, yeah, now after taking Ponder, I think I probably take Badlands. Looking at wheeling that Cabal Ritual. Could also take Jace Vryn's Prodigy. That's a pretty reasonable pick as well. It's decent with both of the cards I already have. Maybe that's better. There's also 4 Grixis lands in this pack, and someone's going to take Figure. Someone might take Figure and Student. Someone's going to take Devoted Druid. Yeah, even if I don't get back Cabal Ritual, I might get back one of the lands. All right, let's just take the Jace. I think Jace is better than Thieving's Guide ever earlier. Okay, here we are. We're taking Brain Freeze. I'm not passing that up. After starting with 3 perfectly great Storm cards. There's also Mishra's Bauble and Preordain and Toxic Deluge. Like, wouldn't fault anyone for taking Toxic Deluge. This card's great. But I am definitely not passing a Brain Freeze here. Hope Alpha Frog doesn't read too much into it, but I haven't drafted Storm all that much recently. There's also Rabble Master, Spell Pierce, Steam Bends. I mean, that's just a very stacked pack. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I might get something back there. Okay. So this pack has Memory Jar. It's another draw 7. This one I think is a lot worse than any of the sorcery ones because it costs so much mana that you don't necessarily want to do it in the same turn because it's only temporary. This only works till end of turn. You get to give the cards back. And that makes it a lot less enticing. You just have to go Jar, pass, hope they don't have artifact removal. Could also take Pestermite. I don't really twin much, which Gavin also knows, by the way. There's a metagame going on here. And if I take Pestermite 5th pick, I haven't passed any of the other twin pieces. Yeah, I mean, Dragon's Rage Channeler is also a very reasonable pick, just because whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Surveil one is really good in combo decks. I think I'm going to take Pestermite, though. I never twin, so it's good to have outs. All right, I'll just take Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning, I think, is great. Oh, there's also a Tendrils in the pack. But the thing is, once I have Brain Freeze, the need for Tendrils goes down so much, and Burst Lightning, I think, is fantastic. I don't even think Tendrils is going to wheel or anything, though. For 2 cards left, probably Emery and Woestrider would be my guess, but I would be not surprised if either Survival or Tendrils is still there. I think the one mono red player at the table takes Kumano Faces Kakazan, and then the 2 lands in the Sphinx and the Fertile Ground all just go because they're reasonable quality cards. Okay. We'll see if this Pestermite versus Dragon's Rage Channeler pick works out. I don't really think... I think this is a higher upside pick, but obviously a little less consistent, whereas Dragon's Rage Channeler I think is just a solid card. So this pack has some good cards, but not really for me so much. I could take Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. That's fine if you end up like just Jeskai, but I almost want to just take Galvanic Iteration. This is 9 cards. There's going to be 1 card left. Really, it could be Galvanic Iteration comes in last. Because if I end up with a Pestermite deck, Teferi typically tends to be good in those decks. Galvanic Iteration isn't even that good a Wheel of Fortune or anything, though. Let's just take Teferi. This card actually has upside. And I think I might get Last Pick Iteration. I actually think that card's not that long for this cube. It doesn't really seem to work very well. Oh, wow. This pack has both Lier and Baral. Also Dig Through Time. Also Past in Flames, another card which I think should be on the chopping block. I think it's just too hard to use. I do like both Lier and Baral, and I'm only going to get to have one of them. Nothing's wheeling out of this pack. I kind of like Baral. When you're trying to brain freeze someone, Baral makes it a lot more likely you can play all those spells. On the other hand, Lier also is a pretty nice enabler, but I think I got to go with Baral. Oh wow, Rolling Earthquake wield, so did Bold Citadel. And Mind's Desire, but one of the things I like about the Brain Freeze Blue-Red Storm deck is you don't need to be like a Mind's Desire deck. You could, but here I think I might just take Rolling Earthquake. Also over Inspiring Vantage, but Rolling Earthquake is really good against aggro. Just having that in your deck makes you a lot safer against an aggressive deck. Also a decent combo with Brawl. Gets cheaper, you can do it for 2 and the Brawl doesn't die. Even if you discount the Brain Freeze and maybe even the Pestermite, I could also just have outs to be just like a Jeskai deck. Oh, Saheeli Wield, nice. So did Hellrider, but yeah, let's take Saheeli. Saheeli Sublime Artificer is nice in the Storm deck. So Cabal Ritual Wield, so did Lava Claw Reaches, so did Sacred Foundry. I think at this point in time, Sacred Foundry is actually looking better because I picked up this Teferi. And I don't mind keeping outs for Twin. Plus, I don't think Cabal Ritual really even fits in this deck, so let's just take the Sacred Foundry, that's fine. Student of Warfare got taken, but Figure didn't, which very clearly means there's a mono-white player and less likely to be a mono-red player. The good thing is Gavin is letting all these Storm cards wheel through, and he's seeing them there, so it's clear I didn't take them. Whoa, Mishra's Bauble Wield? Would not have guessed that, but I'm happy to take it. All right, well, Underworld Breach is unpassable now. I mean, I would take Lotus over it, but or like Ancestral or Time Walk, so it's not literally unpassable because I don't think you can just pass the other team Lotus, Ancestral, or Time Walk. But I would take Underworld Breach over basically anything at this point. Because I have the Brain Freeze already, and it's actually so good with both Bauble and Wheel of Fortune as well. Okay, I like where we're at. This is a cool looking deck. A lot of good outs here. If no one's playing mono red, I might wheel Dragon's Rage Channeler. I did not. I don't think I'm gonna pass Sandy Dog, a Giver of Runes here. I'll pass a Wrath of God instead. And an Omnath. Okay, Tendrils Wield. Sure, we'll take it. I don't think there's a big reason not to. And last pick. I'm surprised the Fertile Ground Wield too. So someone took Survival of the Fittest? Emery? I guess if there's an artifact deck, someone takes the Emery, sure. And last pick, Hornet Queen. Oh, didn't even get a Galvanic Iteration last. I bet Gavin hated the Galvanic Iteration over to Hornet Queen. It's fine. I still really haven't found a deck that wants Galvanic Iteration. I guess if you had literal Time Walk, the 2-mana one, that could definitely be it. All right. Underworld Breach, Black Lotus, Lion's Eye Diamond, Mana Crypt. No, I'm not going to pass Mana Crypt. That card is busted. Definitely not complaining. Passing Gavin a Palace Jailer, which he's not going to be able to use, which is nice. Same with Caracas. Not saying he couldn't take one of those or switch in. He's probably going to take the One Ring, and hopefully Hank is on deck to take Palace Jailer or Caracas, though. I think Jailer's a little better. I'm going to take Mana Crypt here. Mana Crypt is too good. Okay, let's see if Sandy Dog can pass me some nice Lion's Eye Diamonds and Underworld Breaches. No, but a Bloodstained Mire is not the end of the world. Passing a Pest Infestation and a Hex Drinker and a Llanowar Elves. There's also an Imperial Seal, but I would rather just take Bloodstained Mire. I think it's also better than Ketchia Triome. Because right now this is red, black, white, and it wouldn't be hard to make this into a blue land. So, happy enough. Saheeli Rye. No. We'll take Miscalc. Miscalc is fine. Just a good little interactive card. Saheeli Rai might wheel anyway. There's also an Empty the Warrens, and I'm not even doing that sort of thing. It looks like I'm kind of just playing blue-red mid-range. I guess I have the Mana Crypt, so Mana Crypt Wheel of Fortune is a pretty busted start. If I get past a twin piece, remember I have this Pestermite, and if I get past Breach or Lion's Eye Diamond, I'm definitely going that direction. But this deck also has a lot of the pieces like Burst Lightning, Ponder, Miscalculation, Rolling Earthquake, Jace to just be blue-red, like tempo, value, whatever. I like Urza over Bribery, especially since I have the Urza Saheeli combo, where if you play Saheeli, then play Urza, every non-creature spell you play makes a mana dork, which is just gets out of control really fast. So I'm in for Urza here, passing a Bribery, and not really passing much else that I'm too worried about. All right. I could easily get a Lion's Eye Diamond 5th pick here, so I'm really hoping that someone opens it at the table. Another reason that I like the 8-player drafts. Hole Breacher is also a card I would basically not pass, though I don't think I'm going to get one of those super late. That card is just really good. Echo of Eons is something I'd be interested in. Time Spiral, that sort of thing. I could also be Blue-Red Artifacts. Now that I have Saheeli and Urza, I have Mana Crypt, Bauble. I have like kind of outs to do something along those lines. This pack's kind of bad outside of Bribery. There's like a Shrine, but it's not clear anyone's playing Mono Red. There's Rexage, there's Arc Trail. There's some decent black cards. Wouldn't be surprised if Alpha Frog was playing black, given that I saw basically no black cards in pack 1. At least none that seemed super relevant. So I haven't passed a lot of black this pack. I've passed Dark Confidant, Ravenous Chupacabra in this pack, and not a whole lot else. Didn't pass like Grief or Dothy Voidwalker. Certainly didn't pass Shieldred. Also, now that I have Bloodstained Mire, there's a chance that I would take one of those things. If I got, well, I'm not going to get past an Orcish Bowmasters, much less 5th pick, but if I got an Orcish Bowmasters, I would definitely be happy here. Tons of green cards, wow. Alpha Frog could also easily be green. There's Wall of Roots, Nissa, Eternal Witness, Court of Bouncy, Timeless Witness, Haywire Might. There's 7 green cards. I don't think I want Savai Trione. I already have a Mardu land in Bloodstained Mire. I don't even have a black card. I think I just take the Muldrifter. It's not actually fantastic here, but oh, there's a Hole Breacher, 6th pick. Oh, it is on. Also a Volcanic and a Dream Halls and an Unholy Heat, but that's a great pick for me. All right, we're gonna slam Muldrift or a Hole Breacher. So there's 4, 8, 10 cards. So there's 2 cards gonna be left. I might get the Dream Halls back with 2 cards left. That would not be crazy at all. I don't think I'm going to get Unholy Heat or Volcanic Island, though. But I don't care. Getting a 6-pick Hole Breacher is a gift. Now I'm really in the market for draw 7s. All right, this Pestermite's not looking great here, but who knows? We haven't seen any of the other twin pieces go by in any form or fashion, not even in a pack where like I couldn't take it, like the Mana Crypt pack. So maybe we'll end up doing that after all. Volcanic would have been great with this Bloodstained Mire, but Hole Breacher. So it's a 3-mana 3/2 flash, and if your opponent would draw a card except for the first one, you get to make a treasure and they don't draw the card. All right, I'm going to take Echo of Eons now. We only have one way to discard, and it's the Jace. Here, this is the Hole Breacher. But we can pick up more for sure. I do wish I had the Dragon's Rage Channeler. That's a good way to get Echo of Eons into the graveyard. All right, I'm going to ambitiously put Echo in the 3-drop slot. The only thing that could make this better is a 8th pick Lion's Eye Diamond. Passing a Sakura Tribe Elder, Finale, and Elvish Reclaimer, as well as a late Upheaval. Oh, a Time Twister? All right, this is open for our deck. This is great. We are passing a late Crater Hoof and a late Glorybringer. Alpha Frog might have a great green deck, but we look like we're going to have a great Blue-Red Storm deck. I also think that given the 6th pick Hole Breacher, 8th pick Time Twister, actually 7th pick Echo of Eons for that matter, in pack 3, if these cards get open, like I could just get them very late. Like no one's taking these cards. It's a little harder in pack 3 because Alpha Frog I think hate drafts a little more than Sandy Dog does. And Alpha Frog has a little bit more information. Sandy doesn't know the cards I saw pack 1, whereas Alpha Frog knows the cards I saw pack 1 going into pack 3. There's Repeal, but I might actually just take Dark Ritual. I have a Bloodstained Mire, and Dark Ritual works nicely with a lot of these things. There's also Blackcleave Cliffs, but I think the upside on Dark Ritual is high enough. There's also a Tendrils if I do end up going that direction. I'm gonna move the Teferi out for now. It's good with Mana Crypt, but not that good otherwise. Oh, Ketria Triumph. Right, that makes my Bloodstained Mire into a blue-red land. Actually makes it into a 5-color land technically, though I'm not a big deal. There's no real reason to hate Arbor Elf or Llanowar Elves. Both are getting through, so. All right, Frog has probably a pretty good green deck. He doesn't draft mono green that often, and I still think he may have started in black, but this pack had so many green cards. We'll see once the draft is over kind of which direction he ended up going. I also don't have a ton of red. I have Wheel of Fortune, Burst Lightning, Rolling Earthquake. Saheeli's not a red card. So my mana is looking pretty good given the fact that I don't need a lot of red mana. Like, these 3 lands plus 2 mountains or 3 mountains is already like a reasonable start to that. Okay, I don't recall anything else that I was super interested in wheeling, though. Getting Dark Ritual on the wheel is kind of a nice gift. Same with Ketria Triumph. Yeah, this pack was a banger. So, Empty the Warrens. I do like Empty the Warrens more than Tendrils in general. Yeah, we'll take it. I'm not going to play any of the other cards, and I don't even think Explorer's that good, or Tarmogoyf. They're just fine, so I guess I just take the Rexage now. If no one wanted the Shrine, no one wanted the Shrine. Hogak needs to get cut, too. We have, like, an internal, like, not list, but everyone's like keeping an eye on things, and yeah, Hogak is on the way out. All right, well, I'm not going to let you get a Wall of Roots for free. Oh, the Dream Hall's wheeled. Yes, I thought that might be the case. Okay, this is perfect because Dream Halls is another mana generation engine, so all right, Lion's Eye Diamond. No, but there's Mana Vault and Ragavan and Undermountain Adventure. This is close. I'm passing to Sandy Dog, who I don't think is playing mono red. I think I'm going to take the Mana Vault. It's so much better in my deck than Ragavan. Sandy passed me like a last pick almost Shrine of Burning Rage, like a 7th pick Glorybringer. I kind of feel like I can float the Ragavan by him to Falero, who drafts for it a lot. Ragavan's just not that good in this deck, and Mana Vault is absurdly good. It's also like if I take Ragavan, Sandy just takes Mana Vault. In fact, I think it's more likely I'm passing a good card if I take the Ragavan than the Mana Vault, especially since it's colorless. Like, it's obviously more likely. This is a tough pick, too, because there's Kiki Jiki, if I wanted to take that to have more twin outs. There's Chrome Mox, which is looking really good in this kind of deck. Just playing a draw 7 on turn 2 or whatever. There's also Faithless Looting, but I think I'm just going to have to try to wheel that. I'm getting to the point where I don't need the Underworld Reach that much, but a Kiki Jiki, especially with Dream Halls, has a pretty easy way to cast it. I'm kind of feeling like if I have Kiki and Pestermite in my deck, that's just one of the combos I can assemble, and maybe I'll wheel Faithless Looting. Probably won't wheel Chrome Mox or Misty, but yeah, all right. We'll Kiki it up. I think that's actually reasonable. It's a way to win the game when I've gotten a ton of mana off of like Saheeli's and Hull Breachers and whatnot. Plus, with Mana Crypt and Mana Vault, I'm not feeling so choked on mana that I need to do otherwise. Oh, Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take it. I can't risk it not wheeling because I don't have the Breach, though obviously I might get past it. Though I think Gavin's not that likely to pass me a Breach after passing me LED and Brain Freeze. But even without it, it makes Echo of Eons pop. That's a fantastic combo. It's also great with like Urza. It's great at just playing a draw 7 second response. So, okay, we're going to try to go busted here. Probably won't wheel anything I care about in this pack, though I guess Treasure Cruise or Consider might come back. Okay, there's Bonfire, there's Trinket Mage, there's Xander's Lounge. Xander's Lounge would be nice, but Trinket Mage to get LED, Mana Crypt, Bauble, or Mana Vault seems pretty good. That being said, Trinket Mage does wheel at a higher rate than Xander's Lounge does. What's going to get taken? Custodial Lich, Ravages, Titania, Inferno Titan, Skull Clamp, Suspicious Stowaway 6, Embrace Shieldbreaker 7, Bonfire's 8. And there's Wall of Wounds and Kalitas. Like, everything's playable. We've done also a good job of curating the cube that it doesn't have a bunch of stinkers in it. So, there is that. How good is Xander's Lounge for this deck? Another blue-red land is pretty good when I'm trying to cast Kiki. I have plenty of playables. I have to cut something already. All right, I'm going to go with the Xander's Lounge. Trinket Mage might wheel. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Wow. Okay, so Gavin, I think, switched into green if he even wasn't at least black, or even if he was black, passing Dothy Voidwalker on him makes it a lot less likely. That being said, there's a Nissa as well, so who knows. Venser's okay, but I kind of think I just Manamorphose here. Helps cast Kiki both by making 1 red into 2 red, but also by pitching to Dream Halls. Also helps cast this Dark Ritual. It's a storm spell for Brain Freeze. Powers up Saheeli. I don't think Venser is quite as interesting now. Yeah, I'm not going to get an Underworld Breach at this point, or an Orcish Bowmasters, but I've got almost everything else I could ask for. So, not unhappy. Okay, well, there's green just going either direction. Who knows? I guess I just hate draft Endurance. I don't think I'm going to play Gristlebrand because I have Dream Halls, but I don't have like Sneak Attack, and I don't have any black cards. I guess I'm going to pass Primetime back through Sandy Dog, who's not going to be able to play it. I'll take Endurance just because that card kind of screws me. Though in that case, maybe I should just take Relic. No, Relic doesn't actually do much against me. It's okay with Saheeli, I guess, and Urza. No, I'm just going to hate draft the Endurance. It's fine. 2 more picks. Not much I'm missing at this point. Okay, so there's Spire Bluff Canal, which would obviously just be great. There's Red Blast, but I think the card's fine. I don't prioritize it too much. It's only good against like 1 to 2 of your 4 opponents in these in a team in a 3-on-3. Usually closer to 1 than 2. But I'm also looking at Chart a Course because that would give me a 3rd way to discard Echo Vions. I don't mind cutting Empty the Warrens because I have good win conditions already. Do I need another land? The Sacred Foundry doesn't do much for me, but I have 2 blue-red lands and a Bloodstained Mire, so I'm feeling pretty good about the lands. Yeah, Chart looks like it's actually pretty good here. I guess I just take the Thunder Maw as my last card, my last new card. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, now there's a Goldspan. I actually might play the Goldspan. Not playing Wake Thrasher, but Goldspan I think is pretty good. Incinerate and Abrade both wield. So did High Tide, but we have no untap effects on our lands. So I guess Abrade is probably what this deck wants. I'm way more likely to want to kill an artifact than go face compared to Incinerate. So this is 29. Okay, Cruise Wield. So I have Time Twister and Echo, which makes Cruise bad, but Dream Halls, it makes Cruise kind of nice. I guess, do I care about passing Sandy Dog a late Fatal Push? Not a ton. I think I'd rather play Cruise than Muldrifter. Muldrifter Kiki is kind of cute, but Cruise I think works better with the rest of the deck. This is 26 cards, so I need to add a couple. Oh, Bonfire. So Trinket Mage didn't wheel, but Bonfire did. Yeah, Bonfire I think is pretty great. I don't know that I'm going to start it, but it's a good sideboard card. More than Emberless Shieldbreaker, especially since I already have a Braid. I think I'd rather start Rolling Earthquake than Bonfire, but I don't know. So anyway, this is 14 lands right now, so I need to cut a couple. Sure. 2 cards that don't get played very often. I'm looking pretty good. I guess I could just cut the Goldspan Dragon, keep Burst Lightning, Abrade, Rolling Earthquake as my interaction. Sure, I'll cut Kogla. And all right. Well, I like the way this worked. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like in deck building. So once again, I'm going to export it. That was my last cube deck. It was a solid one. Let's see. What the heck? Why is there an Urza's Power Plant? Oh, did I not delete? Oh. I somehow didn't delete the random Tron list that was on my notepad. Anyways. So I need to cut like 1 more card maybe. Maybe 2. Am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing any of the cards in the deck. Okay, that's good. All right, so this is 15 lands, so I need to cut like 2 cards. Do I want Dark Ritual in this deck is the question. I guess I have Manamorphose, Bloodstained Mire, and Xander's Lounge as ways to get mana for it. That is reasonable. I don't think I want to play Tendrils. It is nice having the Dark Ritual in case I do want to play Tendrils. There's also Goldspan Dragon and Empty the Warrens, but I think the Kiki Pestermite is a good enough win condition that I don't need to put in Empty the Warrens. Because I have Brain Freeze as one win condition and I have Kiki Pestermite as the other. So let's add some lands here before I fix the card versions. So if I played the Ritual, I'd probably want to play one Swamp. Is that worth it? It's not feeling like it is, to be honest. I mean, Dark Ritual is good when you're casting Time Twister on Wheel. I don't know that this deck uses the mana well, and I have access to a lot of colorless mana. So let's keep a Swamp or two in the sideboard. Here, I'll add lands to the sideboard now so I don't forget. And I have a lot of green cards, but I'm not going to play green cards in the sideboard. Okay, so let's just do the mana real quick. So if I want, this is 7 red sources, 8 red sources, and then 9, 10, 11, 12 blue sources. And then I cut the Dark Ritual. Okay, do I want to play 17 lands? I could play 16 lands because I have Mana Crypt, Mana Vault. Lands that doesn't really count. I also have Ponder, Manamorphose, Charticourse. All right, let's do a little frame upgrades here. Switch the baubles. I'm kind of thinking I can play 16 land. I feel like I can cut an island here. Because that still leaves me with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. 12 if you count Manamorphose, which I actually think does reasonably count. Oh, look at that nice old frame of braid. Love it. And switch out a little Brain Freeze action here. So I think this looks like the deck. Is there anything I really want to change here? No, I mean, look at this. I have ways to generate mana with Dream Halls. I have Urza plus Saheeli is a way to generate a lot of mana. I have Hull Breacher plus Draw 7s. That's a lot of ways to generate mana, not even counting these busted artifacts. I'm feeling like this deck actually has what it takes. Obviously, if it had a Underworld Breach, this deck would be like extremely good. But even without it, I don't mind it. Let's see. Is this enough red sources? Oh, this is 8 red sources. Yeah, my mana is even pretty good with 3 dual lands. Bloodstained Mire. I don't like that all 3 of my duals are tapped. I didn't get an untapped blue source for it, but you can't have it all. All right, let's see how this goes. Alrighty, time for round 1. Battling against Alpha Frog. Yeah, I will keep this hand. It's not the most busted. Alpha Frog did end up green, huh? Oops. But I think this hand's a keeper. Just bobble you. It's just generally better to bobble them on upkeep because that way... Ooh, I know about Pylon. They can't duress the card you're going to bobble, and you still get to see a card that's in their hand right now. Oh, yikes. All right, I'm going to play the Brawl. And this is where not having that Faithless Looting is a little bit rough. Saw Frog is playing both green and black. All right, so my predictions kind of bore fruit. Oh, my God. Leovold. Cool. Well, I guess I have to draw a Braid or Rolling Earthquake, or I can't win. All right. Guess that's where we're at. I mean, I do have outs at least. Because Leovold makes it so this Wheel of Fortune and Echo Vians does nothing. So what am I hoping to find? I mean, it really is just a Braid or Rolling Earthquake. Oh, I guess Burst Lightning actually does kill Leovold at this point. I just kick it. Kick it and reverse it. Hopefully, whatever he plays is not like a fast clock, because that's basically what I'm scared of. Survival of the fittest. Well, it's not immediately fast. I guess I'll play Jace. So Jace isn't great with Leovold in play, but Leovold works a little differently than Hexdrinker or Hull Breacher or Orcish Bowmasters. Oh, he didn't survival end of turn? That is a good sign. In that it's not more than 1 a turn, which means if I Jace on Alpha Frog's turn, I do get to draw the card at least. So, not the worst. And once again, we're in the Abrade waiting room. Because otherwise I would have been fine. I would have wheeled with Baral in play and had Echo in my graveyard. And even though I'd drawn a bunch of lands, it would have been fine. I would have gotten to see a bunch of new cards. But currently I'm not doing much. All right. Okay, I go to 11. No plays. Interesting. Well, I haven't drawn particularly well, but mostly it's that my refill cards don't work because there's a Leovold in play. No, my JC is going to get piled upon, is what it appears. Survival discarding Emrakul. Okay. It's like a sneak deck or something. Getting a grief. Well, the grief doesn't do anything. That's the good news. That is the extremely good news. You can grief my Wheel of Fortune, I guess. That's fine. Pitching Ashiok. Okay. Sure. Yep. Grief down. And then Minsk and Boo. Well, I have Miscalculation in my deck, so I guess I'll draw. Abrade's still the card I want the most. All right. I think I actually discard the Echo because I want to make sure I can play it on the cheap. Okay. So Ponder doesn't really work too well because I don't draw a card off of the Ponder. It can set me up for next turn. Like I will cast the Ponder on my turn. Really, if I draw Abrade, I think I'm going to win the game, or at least have a very good shot because I go Abrade, Flashback, Echo, just have Baral out, lots of mana, ready to roll. It's a little worse if I draw Rolling Earthquake. I will say that. But Hall of Storm Giants, sure. All right. I go to 4 here. Draw. I'm just dead because I can't draw a card this turn. I guess I still Ponder. Dream Halls, Metamorphose, any order shuffle. 4. Yeah, there's nothing I can draw on my turn. All right. Just got Leovolded out, huh? Cool. Guess I got to bring in Bonfire as well. And I kind of want Goldspan Dragon as on top of that. I can't play Brain Freeze because of Emrakul, so there is that. What else do I want to cut? I don't think I want to go to 15 lands. I guess with all these cantrips, I could consider it. I know what's going to happen if I go to 15 lands, though. Maybe I just take out Treasure Cruise because it's one of the more situational cards. Also, do I want Empty the Warrens? I think I might just rely on my Stormwind being Pestermite Kiki. All right, I will play first. Could we get a busted hand? I have all these busted accelerants. Let's maybe mulligan for that. Is that the plan? Goldspan's pretty good. I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm playing against enough disruption, like Grief, for example, that like I really don't want a mulligan. And this hand, if I draw Mana Crypt or Mana Vault, then I get to go pretty hard. All right, let's play Brawl. All right, can we not draw any more lands? I'll take a draw 7. All right, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault. Oh, Chart a Course, interesting. Do I want to attack? Yeah, the only way this really goes wrong is if I draw Echo of Eons. It's pretty bad if I draw Echo. I guess I don't really care about drawing an extra card. Land, Mana Vault. I don't even think I play Bloodstained Mire because I don't really want to fetch a Triumph out of my deck. I think I'd rather just cycle those if I drew one. Okay. Yeah. You're leveled up. You're leveled up. You're leveled up. Interesting. Leaving up 1 mana. What are we leaving that mana up for? Imperial Seal or something? Next turn, I'm going to slam the Gold Span here. And wouldn't mind drawing really any action spell. Is Frog deciding whether to grief me? That could be an interesting choice. No, I don't think that's that likely, because I think if he had grief, he would have done it before spending all the mana on Hex Drinker. That would, at least that's what would make the most sense. I am really not catching a break here. This is unfortunate. Okay. Well, I have lots of mana. I guess the Hex Drinker is not going to get me too quickly. You're going to vamp now? I think is that the play? I would imagine that's what he's got. Otherwise, you would have A, leveled this up, and B, you're thinking a lot on both your turn and my turn with a black up. There's no 1 green card that you could have here. So next turn, yeah, this is the vamp. Okay, any card, huh? Pick a card, any card. Yeah, I just need to draw a spell, I guess. I have a ton of mana. Yeah. Grief me. Revel in my hand of all lands. That's just going to make it all the sweeter when I draw an Echo of Eons or a Wheel of Fortune or something. So if I take 6, going to 10, I don't think untapping the Mana Vault. Go to 9, 3. Yeah, I guess I'll untap the Mana Vault. I have a lot of mana. I can cycle that, I suppose. I mean, I guess I'm kind of close to just killing him with this. Oh, is this Minsk and Boo to kill me? Yeah, I guess I'm supposed to not attack with Baral. Oh, I drew Miscalculation. All right, that was a pretty good draw. Oh, I guess I should. I actually cast it for 1 blue. I could have had an extra blue floating. And then I get to use Baral. Discard Bloodstained Mire. Okay, so now Burst Lightning or a Rolling Earthquake actually just win the game. Oh, Pestermite. This has pro everything, so that doesn't work. All right, Ponder. All right, we'll take Wheel of Fortune. Do I want to play Pestermite? I don't think so. I think I do play the Mountain because I'm going to have 3 blue after the Gold Span, so I think that's fine. I don't think Pestermite affects much because if I draw Kiki, I can still win. Really? All right. I guess I'll cycle this. There we go. I get to win by exactly 1. Oh, this has been a really weird game. Hold on. Technically correct. W. Okay, now I know he's got Black Cleave Cliffs. I can tell my teammates. X is currently 2. X is 3. Oh, because of Brawl, right? Hold on. Cancel. All right, that should be X is 3. And that puts him to 0 and me to 1. Whew. What a game. Oh man, what nonsense. Do I want Thundermaw Hellkite? Do I want Empty the Warrens? Tendrils, any of those things? I guess I don't think so. I mean, I could put in the Thundermaw. On the draw, maybe I cut a land, an island, and then put a Thundermaw. And yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to cut a land for a 5-drop. Like, why wouldn't you do that? All right. I think I'd like a nice Mana Crypt draw here. No, but this This has some possibilities. Mana Crypt would still be unbelievable here. That would just be game over. He's mulliganing, so hopefully I don't get griefed. This is a turn 4. Kind of turn 4 soft win where I go turn 3 Hull Breacher, turn 4 Time Twister, and then I end up with 7 new cards and 7 treasures, and he ends up with no cards in hand. Okay, that's not a turn 1 elf at all. Bobble. Ketria Triumph. Pass the turn. I'm not playing the LED because he's not going to make me discard it. The 1 ring. Okay. Don't play an accelerant. Don't play an accelerant. Okay, no accelerant. Draw a Mana Crypt. Draw a Mana Crypt. No, not a Mana Crypt, but now I have an answer to Leovold if he plays it next turn. No grief, please. Okay, no plays. And go. All right, he's going to slam the 1 ring, I assume. Sure, do I let it resolve? No, there's no reason to let it resolve. Just going to Hull Breacher in response. And then we're going to get to do the thing. Look at this. I guess I'd rather Time Twister than Wheel, given the circumstances. And I think I sack the LED. No, actually, I'm not going to sack the LED. The reason is I'm going to have a ton of mana. And if I sacked LED and this got like Force of Negation or Force of Will, that would feel so unbelievably stupid. Let's do this instead, shall we? You going to let me have my fun, or are you just going to scoop up the game? That's the real question. Have my fun. Love it. All right. Mana Vault. And no cards in hand. I guess I can't. There's no reason to attack this turn. And he can't cast Grief next turn. So let's just wait, because he's got the 1 ring protection. So he's not going to draw cards off the ring. Pass the turn. Okay. I mean, I'm going to get to double Thundermaw this turn. Which is going to be pretty good. Thundermaw. Oops. Tap this for red. Kiki Thundermaw. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Look at this. You're at 7. So I can't quite Rolling Earthquake you to death, but it's going to be pretty close. All right, that was a pretty good turn 5. Oh, we got to Hull Breach. Oh, what a sick comeback in game 2. Just the attack with Baral, which was a mistake because of Minsk and Boo, into Cycle, into Miscalculation, into Ponder, into Wheel of Fortune, into Rolling Earthquake after Ketria Triumph for Xaxes because I attacked with Baral. Unbelievable. All right, that was round 1. Let's get to round 2. Alrighty, time for round 2. Playing against Luis Salvato. I'm on the play, and all right, this is the most normal of the hands I've gotten so far, because my hands were either like 5-land Brawls or the Hull Breacher plus Time Twister, just like Mondo combo hand, whereas this is like turn 2 Jace, turn 3 Saheeli, let's cast a Chart of Course, see what's up. Not quite as busted in either direction. Delta, okay. All right. JVP, the MVP. Let's see here. Yeah. I was just making sure I had Mana Crypt in my deck. Not that I think I didn't, but I was like a little suspicious because I saw so many cards last game, or last round. So Esper mid-range with Ancestral Recall is what I'm playing against. That's what I know. Is my Jace going down? No, Foretold. That's Alrund's Epiphany. All right, let's draw. Discard a mountain. Play a mountain. I'm just going to play Saheeli here. If I'm leaving up Miscalc, but that's fine because next turn I get to have Chart a Course plus Miscalc with Saheeli in play, which I think is a lot more enticing. He's going to play a White Plume or something. A Thief of Sanity. All right, that's fine. Let's go Chart a Course first. Make a token. Island. I was hoping... So I actually have an interesting dilemma here. I can... If I wanted, I could flip Jace this turn by cycling Miscalculation, and then making the Thief of Sanity, shrinking the Thief of Sanity. I don't think that's actually good. I'm going to play Saheeli. I'm going to Jace now. Oh, well, that makes it a lot easier. I guess I just discard the Mountain. That's fine. And then just cast Burst Lightning on that. I think missing a land drop is okay given the circumstances. I have a lot of mana with these Lion's Eye Diamonds, and I'm going to get to Treasure Cruise next turn for a good amount. Ancestral's good, but honestly, yes, it leads to some good things, for sure. I'm not, happy Luis Salvato cast Ancestral Recall, but I would be more scared of, a play that really affected the board. Definitely not Woe Strider. That's not what I'm afraid of. All right. Draw. Ooh. Wheel of Fortune. All right, let's draw with Jace. Can I find a little Hole Breacher action? Is that too much to ask for? Oh, a Dream Halls. Yeah, I guess I can't really cast that right now. I could cast Wheel of Fortune. I could also just cast... a Treasure Cruise. I guess I can just Treasure Cruise after if I want. Let's go turn Servo into Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, is he gonna snuff out? Haha, that's cool. Yeah, that's a good play. It's a very reasonable play too. Now I wish I just discarded Kiki instead of Mountain, given that I'm going to wheel. I'm just going to be down a land, but that's okay. I can't imagine it's much other than that, because, I guess it could be Solitude. That's a harder decision, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Either way, no, it can't really be Snuff Out or Solitude, actually. I changed my mind. He would just have killed the Jace. So this is most likely, I went to go grab a drink, which I got my own. I came prepared. Let's just go Wheel of Fortune. And then sack the cloned Lion's Eye Diamond for blue. Don't think I want to sack the other Lion's Eye Diamond. Not this turn. Oh, there's the Hole Breacher. Yes. That's the spirit. Land. Let's just reshuffle here. Let's sack this for blue. It's Echo of Eons, making another token. Please do not have Force of Will. Oh, okay, no Force of Will. Didn't draw anything though. Was I supposed to just wheel with Jace there? Maybe that would have been better. I have a lot of mana here. Let's go Manamorphose. Make another token. Add blue. Kiki Jiki, huh? Yeah, that's probably fine to play. And pass the turn. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna +1 Jace on the Woe Strider. Pass. End step, make a Hole Breacher. I think if I have 2 Hole Breachers out, I would get two treasures per thing. All right, I probably should have just main decked the Goldspan. I'm really kind of regretting it. I didn't now. I'm going to take out the Rolling Earthquake. I guess I'll keep Burst Lightning in. I want to keep a Braid in. No, I got Thief of Sanity too. I'll keep Burst Lightning. Do I want Muldrifter in? I don't think so. This is probably fine. I just can't believe I got a Hole Breacher 6 pick. Like, that was the card I wanted more than any other card, pretty much. I mean, I guess at the end, Breach would have... I'd probably trade Hullbreaker for Breach, but just getting 1/6 pick was just very good for this deck, I'll say that much. So, I'm on the draw here. You know, this deck can turn one Hullbreacher. Island, Mana Crypt, Hullbreacher, Lion's Eye Diamond, Crackit, Echo of Eons. Turn 1 have 7 mana, 7 cards versus their 0 cards in hand. Obviously, that's like takes a lot of luck. I need to draw 4 1-ofs. Oh, not keeping this one. I will keep this. I'll put Kiki back. Yeah, you need to draw Mana Crypt, Hullbreacher, Lion's Eye Diamond, Echo of Eons. Ooh. All right. Any mountains? If I draw a mountain and I just have turn 2 Goldspan, I mean, that's kind of the dream. Hit Echo, hit Echo, hit Echo. Didn't hit Echo, but also didn't hit Goldspan. All right. Mountain. No. That's interesting, though. Guess I'm not going to play that. Oh, man, if it had hit Echo of Eons. All right. I'll just wait. I guess I just wait here. But now I have the Hullbreacher combo ready to roll. So if Salvado taps out, do I just play Hullbreacher? As it turns out, Island was the card I least wanted to have hit. Oh well. Land? Ugh, come on, land. All right. I'm just going to pass again, I guess. I really don't like it, but I just can't cast spells into all that open mana. It doesn't really make sense. Brazen Borrower. Hullbreacher. All right. I kind of feel like my Hullbreacher is going to die here, but I think given that I'm getting a reset on the Mana Vault, I kind of had to do it this way. There's no way he's going to let me untap with Hullbreacher if he can do anything about it. I think I'm just going to cast the Goldspan here. That's going to be my bait spell. Because the other thing I'm worried about here is I cast a draw 7 and in response he kills the Hullbreacher, which seems like very plausible. I'm not attacking with Hullbreacher here. I'm attacking with Goldspan. He's had nothing? What's going on over there? I don't really get it. Oh, okay. Still nothing. Bowmasters. That was the trick. I see. Okay. Well, let's see. See what he's got. I might just cast a draw 7 now. It'd be nice to draw Burst Lightning though. Looks like Island of Braid were actually the 2 best cards in my hand when I was made to discard. That is unfortunate. My main fear is still just if I cast... Oh, man. Let's just slow play this. I don't think... All right, pass the turn. I don't know that I want to bobble even, because it will trigger the Bowmasters. So the question is, if I cast a draw 7, and these are both in play, it gets his whole hand. Those hands not very good or large right now. I get a whole fresh 7, and I get a bunch of treasures. So if he's just killing, no, he's not really doing anything. So he gets 7 Bowmaster triggers. Just animate Tar Pit. All right, well, I am going to cast a draw 7, I guess, and I'm going to lose Hull Breacher and take 5 damage, but you know what? That's okay. I'm just not even going to crack the bauble yet because I'm about to cast a draw 7. Also, if I draw Burst Lightning first, that would be really sick. All right, let's go. Let's go Time Twister. Is that good? I lose this. He loses the 2 cards, but I get a fresh 7. Also, I'm not doing anything. Sure. All right. Let's draw something good, huh? Kiki Jiki, Echo of Eons, Abrade. Okay. So, I don't get to run it back because the Hull Breacher's now dead. But I do get to kill the Bowmaster. I guess I want to do it while Saheeli is still around. Okay, Saheeli goes. That goes. I can sack it to Woe Strider, sure. And now I think with all this mana, I just cast another draw 7, and I hope to... He's tapped out. I get to do some stuff. That seems fine to me. Okay. It resolves. Yield to Bowmaster. I can't do anything at instant speed here. No. Alright. So now, Lion's Eye Diamond. So the real question, I guess I have a couple. Oh, I actually should have Saheeli'd a Servo into a Mana Vault. Mistake. But do I Ponder? Do I Echo? Do I Kiki? I guess if I Ponder... I mean, I have 10 mana, 3 of which cast Echo, so I have 7 non-Echo mana. I could cast Kiki, Ponder, and have no mana left over. I don't know if casting Kiki is good. I think casting Ponder is okay, because if I find the Deceiver X or Pestermite, I just win. Because I have Pestermite, untap the Mana Vault, and have enough left to cast Kiki Jiki. Okay. Urza. Urza. Yeah. So if I draw Urza, I have to sack 4 treasures, going down to 2, but then I get a bunch of the mana back. Yeah, I think that is fine. I just won't be able to Kiki Jiki here, but I think Urza is going to be so much better. Because now I can tap the Lion's Eye Diamond for mana before I sack it. Actually, the other question I have is, do I even cast Echo now that I have Urza? There's an 8/8 token in play, but I don't care about that. What if I could bobble... Actually, funny, I think I'm going to bobble Salvado and see what he's drawing. And if he's drawing something good, then that changes my play. I guess he can scry afterwards, but he doesn't get infinite of those. I'm at 17. I'm not really dying. Like, why give him a fresh hand of 7 if I don't need to? Even just waiting a turn gets me a lot more mana. Okay. The Scarab God. I don't really care about that. I'm at 17. Next turn I take 11 down to 6. All right. We're just gonna spin Urza here. Ooh, Jace. Excellent. All right. If Salvado wants to sack a thing to scry, he can. Okay. He's going to scry. Sure, scry away the Scarab God. Fine with me. Miscalculation. I cannot cast that right now. Not attacking with the Tar Pit is slightly unfortunate news for me. But it's okay. Don't kill Urza, please. Oh, he did to keep the Scarab God. I see. Right, he saw the Scarab God and decided, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm not going to untap this. I just want all my mana this turn. Am I close to some sort of Kikiing the Construct token win here? I can get a Braid, kill the Woe Strider, 19? No, I'm not. I'm not really that close, to be honest. Okay. I could just drop Pester, might make it easy. So, it does exist. All right, yeah, Mana Crypt was a great draw. Mana Crypt. Let's flip the Jace. Dream Halls. Oh, that actually generates a lot of mana. All right. Let's discard an island, I guess. So now I can Dream Halls, Echo. Is there anything I want to cast first? I guess I could cast Ponder first. And I have enough to, yeah, if I Ponder, I have enough to Pester my Kiki here by a lot. Mm-hmm. All right, Ponder. Whoop. Brain Freeze. Storm count 2. No, I'm just going to shuffle, I think. I'm just flooded with ways to draw 7. All right. I guess one thing to watch out for is that I am going to give him a hand of cards. And a Dream Halls, maybe. So is there an argument for not playing Dream Halls? I guess there has to be an argument for it. Generates a lot of mana for me, though. So if I go Dream Halls, I can discard Wheel to cast Kiki. Then I can discard Miscalculation to cast Echo. Then I have Kiki in play, Dream Halls in play. I've drawn 7 off Echo. And I have a ton of mana and I have Echo in my graveyard. That sounds pretty good to me. And Dream Halls. I'm gonna give Salvato a bunch of juice too, but I think that's okay. Okay, let's do this thing. Gotta watch out for Bowmasters coming back. There's Hull Breacher, Time Twister. Okay, let's go Bauble. Hull Breacher. And then I think I'm just going to cast Time Twister. And if he plays the Bowmasters in response, I don't die. That's why I didn't cast Manamorphose. And if he tries to kill the Hull Breacher, I'm going to Kiki-Jiki it. So he does have Dream Halls, but Dream Halls generated a lot of mana for me. It generated 11 mana for me. So letting Salvato play a spell or two out of hand, I think seems okay. And the Kiki-Jiki's ready to copy this Hull Breacher. Oh man, this is one of the more fun decks I've gotten to draft. I'm a fan. Also, if he kills the Hull Breacher twice, then so be it. Discard Ancestral Recall to cast Petty Theft. Oh, that bounces it? I could sack Lion's Eye Diamond to recast it. Is that better? It does mean... Yeah, no, I think that's actually fine. Discarded Ancestral. That doesn't feel like a position of strength to me. Because remember, Hull Breacher has Flash. And because this way, I think I'd more likely rather play around removal spells than counter spells. And this plays around him having 2 more removal spells. Or rather, 1 more removal spell. He has to have 2 more. If he has a counter spell here, it's unfortunate, but I think he might have countered the Hull Breacher to begin with. Okay, play Hull Breacher. Now if he tries to kill it, I get to Kiki-Jiki it. The Petty Theft play was also a little bit risky into... Ephemerate the Woe Strider, sure. Is a little risky into Dream Halls anyway. Oh, the Time Twister's happening? Yes. I didn't have to tap my Kiki-Jiki. All right. There's Wheel of Fortune and Brain Freeze. I've cast 11 spells. I guess I just lead with the Brain Freeze here. And then if this doesn't work, I can cast Wheel of Fortune and probably find Pestermite. Let's see if he's got Orcish Bowmaster, Auron's Epiphany, Bitter Blossom, Luminarch Aspirant. Does he have a way to... He's a White Plume as well. It doesn't look like he's got anything. I'm at 8. So he can upkeep Scarab God. Well, not actually, because I can Wheel of Fortune. He doesn't get draw now because of the Hull Breacher. But I was going to get to do some things. I was actually going to get to keep going. I was going to Echo. I was just going to go infinite, basically. Oh, what a fun deck. All right, 2-0, and we're crushing this draft. Alrighty, time for round 3. See if we can grab the 3-0 here. I'd like to play first, and honestly, I might just mulligan this hand. I'm playing against like Jund mid-range. It's not super fast, but this hand has 2 kind of bricks in it. I think I can mulligan. That's why we mulligan. Here's exactly why we mulligan. All right, let's put back a mountain here, and yeah, we're just going to go Island, Mountain, Abrade your turn 2 play if you have one. Turn 3 Hull Breacher, turn 4 Time Twister. This is fast becoming one of my favorite archetypes. Just the like Hull Breacher, Bowmaster, Time Twister style decks. You also, it's cool because there's actually a bunch of pieces. There's Narset, Leovold, Hull Breacher, Bowmaster. I think Hull Breacher is the best of them by far. Narset and Leovold just stop them from drawing 7, which is good. Hull Breacher gives you 7 mana. Like, that's busted. Bowmasters is weird because on the one hand, it doesn't stop them from drawing, so they still get a fresh hand of 7. But dealing 7 and getting a 7/7 is also pretty sick, especially since you often wipe their board. I don't really know which one is necessarily the best between... I've got to say Hull Breacher is the best, actually. No, never mind. I do know. I just figured it out. Basically, when you Hull Breacher them, I think that getting 7 mana plus 7 cards to play with is better than dealing 7 and them having 7 cards. Though if you're really behind on board, I could see it working the other way too. No, we're blasting that. That is not going to happen. Not on my watch. Okay. All right. No hand disruption, and then just tap out next turn. Uh-oh, Ancient Tomb into Elvish Reclaimer. Geez, into what? Into Talisman of Impulse. All right. Some good ramping. Pass the turn. Just play like a Glorybringer or a Greater Gargaroth or just like anything. Nissa. I even take a Nissa. You'd be like, wow, turn 3 Nissa. This is great. And I'd be like, yeah, turn 3 Nissa. Just go for it. I promise I won't even counter anything you play. Okay. Oh, Crucible of Worlds? Oh, yeah, we're in. I thought about it. I am in. All right, let's go Hull Breacher. And this is going to be game. I even have all the draw 7s. I don't think I ponder first because I'm just going to draw a fresh hand of 7. I have no mana to cast. I'd have to literally hit one of my 0s for it to be good. All right. Let's go Urza. And now my treasure's tap for mana. This has 3 or more lands, so I can attack with Hull Breacher and then chart a course post-combat here. Tapping my treasures. Draw 2. Kiki Jiki Treasure Cruise. I guess I just pass now. Gonna get to use the Reclaimer. Sack the mountain. Okay, what you got? Stage Depths would be like the scariest, I think. Strip Mine wouldn't do anything. Wasteland would even do even less. Shelldock Isle which I'd be surprised if you had it. Shelldock Isle would be potentially scary. Next turn, I might just play Dream Halls into Treasure Cruise. I guess it doesn't even really save a whole lot of mana. Oh, that is it? That's all? Alright, well, I'm going to put the gold span in. Do I cut Burst Lightning or Braid? Probably not. I don't think I cut Rolling Earthquake either. Playing against like a Nissa. Don't think I want to cut the Brain Freeze in this case. I think I just cut an island again. On the draw, I don't mind going down one land here. I have Mana Crypt and Mana Vault plus like a bunch of cantrips. I think that's totally fine. Okay. Can I just turn one Hull Breach or Echo just once? No. But I think I keep this hand. I've got, if I draw a land, I have turn 2 Jace. Ooh. Turn 1 Grim. Okay. And if I didn't draw a land, I would have been able to ponder, but I just play a turn 2 Jace. I think that's solid with a wheel in hand. Okay. How much do I care about Reclaimer going off once? I don't think I really do. I think I'm just going to play Jace and pass. I could Burst Lightning the Reclaimer, but I can just wait a turn to do that. I don't really need to do that. I hope, I guess, I don't get like Mind Twisted or something. Okay, what do you got with all this mana? I'm a little scared. It's a lot of mana. Escape to the Wilds, hitting Wasteland, Crucible, Lava Claw Reaches. Okay. So I already played one land, so you're just going to Wasteland me this turn? You have to have 3 lands, right? Alright, so I'm going to get to kill the Reclaimer. The Wasteland is pretty annoying. Into Acidic Slime next turn, maybe... No, definitely Acidic Slime next turn, because he's going to be able to use Ancient Tomb. Alright. I don't have very many non-basics in my deck, but the 2 I have a fetch land for. I don't think I can cut them even against a Wasteland going into game 3. Oh, he's going to cast a Crucible? Okay. Interesting. Do I want to run out the Wheel of Fortune? I don't think so. Let's see what I draw. Alright, let's draw with Jace. I guess I might as well draw now. Chart a Course. I kind of feel like Dream Halls is the worst of my cards. So next turn, he's going to get to Wasteland me, and if he has a green land, also Acidic Slime me. Okay, I guess I'm okay with that. I don't love it. But there's an incentive to play Lava Claw Reaches Arbor Elf as well. If he's got Greenland, it's definitely going to get Slime Balled. Okay, well, I'm just going to Hull Breacher here. And very obviously threaten the thing. Oh, I actually get to wheel no matter what. Because I have Lion's Eye Diamond, Wheel of Fortune. I mean, obviously if the Hull Breacher dies, then the Hull Breacher dies. But, yeah, and the Hull Breacher does die. Lion's Eye Diamond wheel off of Jace is pretty nice. Okay. There's a Wasteland there. Let's draw and flip Jace. That's fine. Catcher Triumph. Really not that good against Wasteland Crucible. I think I discard it. I'm going to ponder to try to find some basics. Ooh, Goldspan. Yeah, I kind of like this. Play a land. Burst down to Chandra. And +1 on Elvish Reclaimer, I guess. Okay, yeah, they got 2 cards in hand. This isn't looking so bad. And we'll see. No black mana. Obviously, the Elvish Reclaimer can find black mana, but replaying Wasteland is not replaying Strip Mine, I'll tell you that much. And next turn, I could play Goldspan. It would cost me everything. What I could do to play Goldspan is I could play Mana Vault. Oh no. This can't be good. Oh, Titania. Okay. So getting a land, sacking Wasteland. So it just basically it puts a land into play, and whenever a land goes into the graveyard, they get a 5/3. All right, this is going to be hard. Ended up, the whole Breacher being vulnerable there was pretty bad. Okay, so maybe Crazy Talk. How bad is it to cut the non-basics? Just cut the 2 Triumphs. It makes Bloodstained Mire. It's basically taking out 3 duels, but making me safe from Wasteland seems like it could be pretty good. Okay. I'm at 18. End of turn. Sack. Attack. So it's not quite lethal. I could also wheel here, but now I kind of wish I hadn't discarded the Dream Halls. How much mana do I have? 8 mana. So I'd wheel with 5 floating. The Titania means I'm not really winning any sort of reasonably long game in any way. Let's see. The problem is if I play Goldspan this turn, it costs me my Wheel of Fortune. And then I'm not going to be able to wheel next turn. All right, I'm just going to wheel this turn then, I guess. I'll wait on the Jace. And now I'm definitely going to sack Lion's Eye for red here. All right. I can cast another wheel this turn. I mean, I might be able to just Brain Freeze. Wheel, Brain Freeze is a lot of cards. You might want to Reclaim now if you want to get Raging Ravine into play. So I have 3, 5, 7 mana. I could Abrade Titania and then play Goldspan Dragon. And then I have a treasure. What would that accomplish? I haven't played a land yet either. Okay. So I actually have 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Abrading Titania does make it so I don't get attacked by a ton of stuff next turn, though Rage has a whole new hand of 7. I could also wheel again. And I have enough mana. I have 8. This goes down to 3. Abrade goes down to 1. Goldspan goes out to 3. Like I could do that. I could also Abrade both tokens, but that sounds a little worse. What am I looking for if I wheel is the problem. I don't have Dream Halls. I've already used Mana Crypt and Mana Vault. I could find like a Time Twister, but I'm running out of mana pretty fast. The question is it better to have a Goldspan Dragon out? 18. Yeah, let's go. Abrade the Titania. You're going to Elvish Reclaim here, I assume. No other play really makes that much sense. And I think what I do after that is I go Goldspan and I just Jace Ponder and then set up next turn to have a lot of mana. And Ponder can hopefully set the top of my deck up so that even if Rage Mind Twists me or duresses me or something like that, then it's not a big deal. Okay. Oh, interesting. Not gonna use Elvish Reclaimer, just gonna use Wasteland the Tomb to make 2 5/3s. Sure, that makes sense. That's a good play. So if I play Mana Crypt and I lose, I go to 15. And let's say I take I mean that's not dead. All right. I don't think I have much of a choice here. Oh, I guess I can actually. I guess if I'm going to ponder, I can ponder first. right? Yeah, I still have enough mana to do all that. All right, Ponder. All right, I do want Echo of Eons on top. Land. Goldspan. Bobble. Also, Rage doesn't know this, but I'm actually setting up the Kiki Jiki Goldspan kill. Yeah, I guess I will want to bobble now. All right. I have 7 cards, but don't have like infinite mana. I have 6 mana. I guess 7 if you play Ancient Tomb, but no black mana in that case. I'm going to kill the Goldspan Dragon. And there are definitely cards that kill me also. Grist. Okay. Guess we're going to do things the hard way here. Dang, I was really hoping if Goldspan died, it would include me getting an extra treasure out of the deal, because now I think I'm drawing pretty slim. Fast bond. Okay, Raging Green, go to 7. 16 cards. The problem is when I echo here, I'm going to reshuffle. I guess the Jace is getting hit too. Oh, the Jace getting hit might buy me an extra turn. If I win the Mana Crypt flip, I go to 12. Or it might not buy me an extra turn. 6 life? Oh, if I just found Rolling Earthquake, that would have been good enough. Draw. No, I'm not paying for Mana Vault. I lost the flip. All right, well, I was probably dead anyway. Kiki can't possibly be good. All right, well, let's just Echo of Eons and hope to draw some wild Lion's Eye Diamond sort of shenanigans. Jace, Burst Lightning, Kiki. I'm at 9. I can play that. I can block. No, I'm dead. All right. So that Wasteland is really annoying. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the 2 Triomes. I'm going to put another mountain, another island in. And then I'm actually just going to play another island. I'm going to take out Treasure Cruise. Do I want Thundermaw Hellkite? No, I don't think so. I think this is fine. Okay. I just think like Elvish Reclaimer means it's got twice as many wastelands as normal, has Fast Bond, has Crucible, has Escape from the Wilds. Like, I would have easily won that game if I just didn't play it on basic, because I would have been able to play End of Turn Hull Breacher and have it not die, and then I would have just won. So let's see. All right, I'm on the play here. It's my last chance for the turn 1 Hull Breacher Echo. Okay, well, not that, but this hand is great. I mean, I get to go turn 1 Ponder, turn 2 Miscalc, turn 3 Time Twister. Any Hull Breachers. Any Hull Breachers. Burst Lightning, Rolling Earthquake. I'm actually going to shuffle, because if I find Hull Breacher, it's so much better than anything else. And I have Miscalc, so I can already counter something. Obviously, it gets a turn 1 play here. Tap land. No, not Fast Bond, please. Okay, Orcish Lumberjack. Oh, this could work out really badly for Rage here. If I get to Miscalc something that is sack a Stomping Ground to cast. Okay. Okay, come on, please sack Lumberjack. Please sack Lumberjack. Faithless Looting, sure. That's that Faithless Looting I wanted. Do I want to fire off a Brain Freeze? No, not against someone with Reanimate. I'm not cycling miscalc either. I'll probably just wait an extra turn. I don't feel like it's too risky to do that. Discarded Raging Ravine and Shriekmaw. What are you going to do? Not use your Lumberjack? You didn't put Lumberjack in your deck to not use it. Elvish Reclaimer. Sure. That's fine. Do I want to Brain Freeze myself? So the advantage to doing that is I could mill an Echo of Eons. No, I don't really think so. Jace. I'll wait a turn on Jace. Definitely don't want to get Lumberjacked here. And I can just play Jace and have Miscalc up next turn. And if Rage spends his turn attacking with Lumberjack and using Elvish Reclaimer, that is totally fine with me. Also, I'm setting up potentially with this Jace to draw just a turn 5 red source and play Goldspan Dragon with Miscalc up after that. That would also be pretty nice. The one risk is if he Lumberjacks out something and leaves the Reclaimer mana up. Okay. This is going to be black. Yeah. That Reclaimer is getting in there. About to be up to a 3/4. All right, here we go. Let's see what you're doing here. There we go. We're going to get to Miscalc, a Wormcoil Engine. Yep. All right. Happy enough with that. I am going to take 3. Okay, go to 16. Draw. Saheeli. Let's just go Jace here. Jace is also nice because, like, it's just backup against discard. Collective Brutality actually would be pretty brutal and that is what's happening right now. But because that takes the Jace and the Time Twister. But, you know, if I get Collective Brutality, I am then going to Brain Freeze myself because that gives me a decent out to hit Echo of Eons. Also, I have Goldspan. I could just draw a mountain. Though I don't know. Maybe I don't Brain Freeze because with Saheeli, if I draw an island going Saheeli, having Brain Freeze up to make a token is probably better value. It's not like I need to Brain Freeze this turn, so I probably won't do that. The other thing is Collective Brutality discarding a card puts Rage to 1 card in hand. And it's not like I'm like dead. I'm taking 4 damage this turn if that's the case. Okay. Oh, this is just something else entirely. Okay. What is it? Oh, Escape to the Wilds. All right. Hitting Vraska, Crucible, Nissa. Sure. That's all fine. Forest, Crucible, maybe? Oh, they had to sack the Utopia Sprawled Land. Ooh, I just realized that. That's a setback. You're out of green mana, you might actually, or red, black mana, you might actually not be able to Crucible here. You might have to use Elvish Reclaimer to get a swamp. Rage will get to Nissa next turn off Lumberjack. Oh, do they have Reanimate as their last card? They can reanimate a Wormcoil Engine. Oh, reanimate a Shriekmaw to kill my Jace. All right, that's a good play. Okay. And then I get attacked. All right. Land is fine. Mountain especially. Next turn, they're going to play a Nissa. I think I still play Saheeli here because I can make a token to block with Brain Freeze. And then next turn I can Time Twister and have a Nissa token or a Saheeli token off of it. Really would have preferred to draw a mountain, but maybe at some point this game one of these islands would have been a non-basic, but I think that's okay. Fast Bond. That was your draw, huh? Okay. Drew Fastball. Try to go with that Crucible, huh? Well, that's pretty good. Okay. It's not actually 0 that Rage gets Brain Freeze this turn. We'll see. That if that Arid Mesa goes really deep, or maybe he gets attacked by Goldspan next turn. Okay. Storm count 2. Okay, 8, 7. So you maybe just play a big Nissa this turn. I'm going to cast Brain Freeze to make a token to block the Shriekmaw. Or the Elvish Reclaimer. Oh no, the Elvish Reclaimer is a 1/2 now. I like it. So this is Nissa. How much life are you going to lose? Going to go to 5 here? I can mill for 9. Okay, so it's a 5 loyalty Nissa, so you can't do the whole overrun thing. I wonder if Rage could have gone for that. But I guess that's just not going to be enough. All right. Interesting. I don't know what's going to end up happening here. So I guess against a Crucible, Brain Freezing them is not a great idea. I'm getting attacked. Do I want to make a token to block? I guess not. This can't overrun next turn. Sure. This is 3 spells, so I'm milling for 12 down to 8 cards. No, I'm going to Brain Freeze myself. Okay, let's see. What was I going to draw? Island. All right, that wouldn't have helped. All right, I hit the Echo of Eons for whatever that's worth. I drew Mountain. Interesting. This doesn't have reach, right? Oh, this is great. All right, this is a way to do it. You flew too close to the sun with that fast bond, and boom, that's a 3-0. Our teams were actually, we had 6 wins, they had 4, I think, at the time. So if we lost this and lost our other teammates last match, we would have tied. But instead, we got the clean sweep, the 3-0, and oh man, this deck was so fun. Hull Breacher was just the whole deck with Wheel of Fortune, Saheeli, Wheel of Fortune, Time Twister, Echo of Eons. It was just great. All right, that'll do it for this draft. This was an extra good one. I really enjoyed it. Just going all in on Wheel of Fortune paid off. Won't every time, but it sure did this time. Thanks for watching. There's a new draft up every day, so I hope you come back and join me tomorrow. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I'll see you next time, and keep on breaching.